Good evening and welcome to another epic episode of More Than Just Motoring, brought to you by Racing for Change. We would like to thank this week's sponsor for having us. For more info about this week's sponsor, please keep watching. Hope you enjoy the show with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another show of More Than Just Motoring. It is sound, you know. First of all, thank you very much for joining us this evening. As you guys can see, we are at a different location. Tonight's show, More Than Just Motoring and Racing for Change, was brought to you by CPAD Performance Innovation in Cape Town. We couldn't get the workshop this evening. Unfortunately, I had to make other plans as well. But all is good and good in the hood. So yeah, tonight coming from a special location. As you can see behind me where I am, there's a Racing for Change Tier Conquest behind me, as I would say. We're just waiting on our guest to arrive. He's running a little bit late. So for now, we're just going to touch up on certain stuff that happened over the weekend as well. Once again, a big shout out to CPI Innovation Cape Town for coming on board and supporting More Than Just Motoring. And we're doing the drag edition of More Than Motoring. We will touch on drag racing, being it the Lonnie drags or even the robot racing on a Wednesday evening, and obviously stickers. So we will definitely try to cover a lot of drag racing that's happening in Cape Town and stuff like that. But this evening we will speak with special gentleman. He will arrive shortly. Those days for that. First and foremost, CPI hosting this evening show, More Than Just Motoring. So over the weekend we had our very first event. Racing for Change had its first Gymkhana event that happened over the weekend. The championship actually started this weekend, so it was a crazy day. Everybody coming up to do their thing. I just want to check if they can hear. I just put up my sound quickly and see if it's sounding. If the sound is okay, guys, just let me know. Just yes or no on it, please. We appreciate it. So the sound is there. So yeah, and obviously, Racing for Change doing the thing with the side of things is really awesome. We had 39 entries on the day. Some awesome drivers, the regulars was there, and then obviously we had a lot of newbies. Can't mention all of them. So we had about eight of them that was new for the Gymkhana. They were there, but they never actually competed in a itself. So that was the very first time they competed, and they did extremely well with the event. There's always a couple of guys that lost the route somehow on the day. But I mean, that was all the fun of Gymkhana. Was basically a timed event, and obviously you need to memorize the layout to complete the course within your best time, basically. And the guys are really awesome. Our winner on the day was none other than DMP's Daniel Blazer. We actually broadcast from him last week, Wednesday evening, when he had his last Wednesday at DMP. So well done to Daniel. Second was Leon Engelbrecht in the Mark II turbocharged Golf. And then third overall was the 86 of Riyaad Isaacs. So that's just basically the overall results and stuff. But once the class results come out, I can't offhand get all the classes. There's quite a few. But yeah, it was phenomenal to see the guys out in action for the first time this year. And that made it really cool, actually, to see them doing their thing. Just my chat sorted out. Okay, cool. Yeah, so from that point of view, it was really cool. And some breakages as well, obviously, on the day. The cars came out fresh, rebuilds and stuff like that of the cars, and we had a couple of mishaps. Someone broke someone's flywheel came loose or gearbox. Sort of that came a little bit loose as well. So, but they sorted it out on the track. That's really cool. The guys all jumped in and and helped him. And that was really cool to see, the Giovanna family helping each other out with the can, and obviously to make this the event smile for him. And we also had two really young boys, um, Gabe and Carter. They were on their pocket bikes at the Gymkhana, and they did extremely well. Obviously, that is a new class that the Racing for Change implemented for these youngsters to come and come enjoy their pocket bikes. I mean, they are 7 and 8 years old. Ashwin, Vinci and his wife, and then Carter's another friend. So if you guys want to into it, if you have a son, you have a pocket bike, or you don't have a pocket bike, or don't have a bike at all, I suggest you make contact with Ashwin Vincel. He is the kind of guy, because his son is competing, I think it will be cool for him, and he's a biker as well, so he's got all the knowledge of that as well. So if you guys want to get involved with that, get in contact with Ashwin. He'll definitely guide and help you where he can to accommodate you on the day with Racing for Change. The guys that's on the track helping the kids that can't memorize the course and stuff like that. But that was all awesome for them as well to learn. And after a while, after the third or fourth round, they actually got to where we just stood there and the guys did their thing, and that was really cool. We also had karting. We had Liane and Yolande Engelbrecht in their cards, respectively. And what I can say from last year is, look, Liane was always a beast in the kart. But this year, Yolande, for me, she is so smooth in her transitions, correcting the kart and the time as well. Big ups for the awesome time back with a bang in the class in the karting as well. Then we also had another two young gentlemen by the name of Matan Blazer and Rafael. What's his name now? Rafael Bunker. Here we go. Rafael, 8 years old in his kart as well. A phenomenal young man for the event, or the day before the event, 2 days before the event. He basically set out a course for how it actually looked, how it is. This one I will make with exactly welcome all. So here we go. Yeah, he did phenomenal. As a youngster, 8 years old, remembering the pool, but it was very funny when he actually laid out his the track with some Lego at home and walked it, and that's how we managed the track very well to Rafael. And then also with a little Matan. Matan for me was amazing. He's 5 years old, following the footsteps of dad and granddad. Assalamualaikum Tola and Assalamualaikum, how are you guys doing? Yeah, for to see this youngster just pedaling the course and stuff. For me, it's amazing to see that the kids of that age group actually, I don't have to remember the course, but the car control, or the cart control that they have, that's phenomenal. The cart steps and the catch with the counter steers, the ability to counter steers there, for me, that was awesome to see at 5 years old. Just remember in a couple of years' time, when he starts driving, stuff, the skill and where the level of driving would be at the end of the day, and to see how the youngsters progress into that setup. I mean, if your dad is Daniel Blazer, it's going by the nickname of Danger Dan, so that's going to overshadow his dad sometime or the other. So Daniel, I'll watch it. I'll watch out for you, my brother. Yeah, that's the part of the thing. And also, see, on the track, Saturday was also Traction's Tech School Day. Phenomenal get together there as well. There was a lot of interest. I can't get to the number, but apparently it was a huge number that came out to the track day. So well done to Traction and for a phenomenal tech called a tech school car day. And as well as they had the section where the track is where you could jump into the cars and take out the track with some phenomenal starters from tractors, traction. And then also Chucky held it high up there at the seat pan, doing some learn to drift exercises with the clients on the other side as well. So it was a very, very busy day. And then also for traction, Ernest Phase was all the way up in, as a pace car for a certain cars that went out from that side of the world. So traction was really, really busy. And obviously the guys got this basically united Zanzibar Speedway up in Joburg as well. So what for that, yeah. So yeah, that is really cool. That's most of the stuff that happened over the weekend from our side. Lots of things on the horizon as well as we speak. We've got an awesome opportunity to actually showcase Jason Webb that will be participating in speak this year. And we as Motoring more than definitely will have the opportunity to do interviews with him, being it from the beginning of the obviously a pre-event and obviously after the event interview with him and all live from more than just Motoring. We're still starting to figure out if we can do it on a Monday night or obviously Tuesday night and Wednesday night are reserved. So we'll try to get show. Will be only, I think there will only be 8 episodes because they only have about the pro speak guys only have, and the cool part is guys follow this page 45. He's basically his Mustang that in Cape Town is all the way out in Canada at the moment. It's being restored to Formula Drift FIA spec, I think. But it's phenomenal to see him going to be competing in Formula Drift Pro spec. You know, a youngster, we all relate from the days at Killarney, winning multiple drift champion in the Super Drift series as well. He participated in the Drift City events. He did the hill climb. He did the Gymkhana grid that was up in Joburg, and all the big boys was here. Daito Saito, Peter Solberg, and all those guys that was here in Joburg, and then obviously came back to Cape Town for WRC that he also drove in Cape Town as well. So yeah, so he will be competing in Formula Drift Pro Speak this year. I know Uncle Speedy Webb is out. They will definitely be out there to assist him. I think he's going out there to assist Jason with his car in competition as well. So that's really cool. That is a phenomenal thing for me to actually be part of, for you guys to part of, to bring that content to you guys. So you can have first hand of the excitement part of things. Look, we all we're all behind Jason. If he gets to win, he gets to win. If he doesn't get to win, we always still behind us his first year. So we'll definitely how it goes. We're rooting for him to take the number 1 spot and see how it goes. But there's a lot of guys in the our guest is just arriving now. Let me just take a call. I just want to take a call live. Yes, sir. Here you go. Yes, sir. Here you are. Right. So you'll see there's a white van outside and a small little silver car. No, outside, inside. You'll see it. Yeah. I can hear you. You're right, because I can hear you. They'll come up and off you. Yeah, they'll come up and up you now. There's a lady coming out now. Alright. Yeah. So before the polite, that is he's actually but I'm going to get show as soon as he gets stepped in now. It won't be too long in his year. But for now, that's it. The Formula prospects away, and I feel honored. We feel honored, to be part of Jason's journey that we can bring out to you guys. Obviously, the Cape Town favorite people. We all know Jason. We even lived in Cape Town and Joburg, so it'll be cool to bring to you guys as well. As for me, it's very awesome to see him actually competing in Formula Drift. We know the caliber of Jason Webb and his ability, so that's second to none. And to be able to go on to the world stage of Formula Drift and actually competing there, really, really awesome. So our guest arrived here. Hij is laat, hij kan zelf explasie inkomen. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, in studio or on the couch we have none other than Boenie. Cape Town, one of Cape Town's boys, legends, I would say, that in the car industry, being it modifying, racing it, definitely Boenie from we all know I want to start with the old days when one time we were so crazy, when we did it on the road. Look, we don't condone any racing on the road, but obviously we were part of that culture where we grew up in that. And I also think as we love the sport for what we do it, and obviously we just taking it to the nitty-gritty on the track now and not doing all that stuff. But it had to for us. Assalamualaikum, my brother.
Thanks, man.
It's a pleasure having you, my brother. Boenie, Hondas, and specifically Hondas. If you don't know that, Boenie, he loves his Hondas. He didn't have other car besides Honda.
I had a lesson STI, but it was very short though. I think it was like a few months and like
So there is a little bit of this blood in you.
No.
So that was so your first car when you now obviously we out of school now. First of all, before we get there, where did the love come from for us?
Of course, man. Okay, we back then I'm about 19 years old. I'm studying. I'm at UWC.
Yeah.
And we're like a group. You normally in your cliques.
Yeah.
So me and a couple of my friends, they got lessons. I don't have a car yet.
Okay.
I'm still on a
What's that song?
Anyways, and then the talk was always about cars, man. This is fast, this is fast. Those were the 80s of, you could say, the twin cams, the Opel, Superbosses, yeah.
And I think at the time the season mounted Mark II was the same house.
Yes, it was quite big at the time. No, that was a bit earlier.
Okay.
That was 92.
Yes.
I'm talking now.
Yeah.
I'm talking now around 2000.
Okay. Yeah.
2000, 2001, 2002. We say like a banter.
But the thing is also, it's always lekker to have a banter with the brass. Some brass with BMWs, Opel, whatever the case may be, and you Honda guy. But the banter between the brands is always, I believe, it's always good. It's irrespective of, you might not like what I say, but we're not going to be not done as a lekker banter.
Yeah. So we tell each other, and it is all part of the fun.
Yeah.
Until eventually I managed to call
Okay.
the dock. It was nothing else.
That's the pop, not the pop.
The one after the pop.
Okay, I got you.
So it was a dock, and I wanted nothing else but it to be a dock twin cam.
Where did you see it? Where did you hear it? Or why a dog?
Why a dock? Okay, my brother was a dock.
Okay, that's in the family. Okay.
I steal the car.
You go on, doesn't know.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, now you're gonna know now.
No. I steal the car. I'm going to try and gain that to me. We have a blow, and we leave. And on my way home, I know that they used to talk his call liquor, man.
Okay.
And then ik is iemand van Duitsje, maar
That's
I'm the scene now.
Yes.
And me and this we go down in 5 posters of house, coming down the police. So that was my first week.
I got your first
No, yeah.
Okay.
That's, I love the car. I like the shape of the car. At the time, it was a fairly newish car. We're talking about the car probably less than 10 years old
At that time, yeah.
At the time. And then I was sold. And then, I was in the at the time.
But this is now you still in school, not owning the car yet.
No, not on the car.
And you didn't get any what's what I'm saying? There's no mechanical works, nothing happening yet.
No,
that's cool.
I know nothing about cars.
Okay.
Exhibit and cricket.
It was fun, but
It's a play sport. But anyway, and then I come into campus, same group of friends from the area. We sort of cluster together.
Okay.
They were like, okay. And my one made a favorite tour came Conquest. And other friend, he was busy with the tour conversion in his Conquest again. And they were toy cooper. And they like, oh, we always look at it. There was not Merc and PW.
That's always the brand. Yeah. 100 theater will never die.
Yeah. And how about that? Eventually, I got the own one with the help of my daddy and my cousin that I used to work with. And the car custom first weekend on the car,
Yeah.
I put a hole in the block and I'm a student.
In that,
Business, anyways, and then that's where my journey basically started.
so obviously the car works now.
Yes.
And now obviously that's also a journey for you to learn how to other stuff. Was the retake or was this the
No, this is a normal regular talk.
okay.
Isn't I bought from a vehicle of it. So they give.
Yeah.
And gave me a good price. Anyways, long story short, then it will be open. Take weakness. I don't know a school from a bulb now. But my brother is out of blue now.
Okay.
My brother is about 10 years older than me. Have a history in cars. He worked with his father-in-law for a couple of years.
On call as well.
Also on cars.
Okay.
He was previously married to, I don't know if you heard of or know, Alika Chopi.
Yes. The name sounds familiar though.
Yes. So that was his father-in-law, and then my brother took it on him, and he's Chopi.
Okay.
And then we kind of started there. I was in, they were giving me info, not that I knew much, but yeah, I say my database of knowledge grew from
there.
Yeah.
So you basically got the knowledge from when you purchased your first dog and then obviously go on to fixing the car and stuff like that. So that's basically getting fixing back in the day you was talking about 2002 basically. There wasn't much a lot of modifications or parts available to like today where you can buy stuff from back then. It's like okay, you have to make it work.
You have to be creative.
Yes.
You have to see now this thing work and that you work. I mean, we used to put cutter pipes on the cost reduction.
Because we also do what we did was we also it wasn't big on the internet. Obviously, it was forums back then.
Yes.
So on the forum and stuff, the guys from overseas they'll try to feed what they do with cost effective. I think back here, of course, but it was so move my cake. So stuff like that really was really cool where you could work off from the forum stuff to your own stuff as well. I mean, today's age is everything is on the internet.
Yeah.
Where from building a something a hit and how to design and stuff like that. Look, they don't show you everything, but there's a print of what to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, look, it's two completely different years. I was telling from your mind the other day. When early on, okay, I basically started around 2010.
Yeah.
Where I
as well
as well as in 2009.
Okay.
2008, 2007, 2001 to learn how to build.
And if you're talking about that, let's say 2002, 2008, that is 7 years. Not even 6 years.
Yeah.
16. I don't know. Where you actually hone your skills and try to learn what this engine and what makes it tick and everything for you to work on these type of vehicles and stuff like that.
Yeah. I also have some very helpful guys at the time. Ibrahim Bedford. Yeah. He was actually rebuilding one of my offices. He was running up to behind of time.
Yeah.
I told him, Ibrahim, what I do it?
Yeah.
And then you
just watch me.
Just watch me. Yeah. Quite. He's happy. Yeah.
But that for me, man, like it's so interesting that you mentioned that there's a lot of I have this program called Education through Motorsport. These young actually I don't say Tom like keeps going. I say he's lazy. Yeah. So what I do basically is that we go to the schools and stuff, and we encourage these youngsters. Like we all know that you're not going to be a doctor or out of 1,000 kids. There's going to be a couple of them that we basically need to have obviously fast and whatever because they're libraries at the moment. Yeah. So what that is, we try to give them because how many branches? I mean, if you look at places like Rosspop, how many mechanics, how many mechanics, how many upholsters in the area? Yeah. Same with business, or whatever area you are. If you now want to be or love something and want to learn more about and if you do something physically with your hands, that's nobody can take that away from you. So you try to get to the
where was I?
Yeah. The engine now.
Yeah, so anyways, then I built my database from there. Then I assisted me build my first engine. And we are running away from the point was that today's time we live like in an information age.
Yes.
You can press a video and you can watch it step by step how to build the smoker. Yo, when I quit that back in 2007-8, it was like the information was not that prevalent or easy attainable for us.
Yeah.
You have to look for books. Books I take, you would have least.
Yeah.
I remember what
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a completely different age. And we learned that way, and it was today's thing is just a bit more fast track.
Yeah.
And you can achieve basically the same thing in a shorter space of time. There's a difference.
Big difference.
There's a difference.
Back then, we had all the time in the world to do what we want to do. In today's age, the quicker it's done, the quicker it's going to track.
Yeah.
Because we want to put whatever we build, we'll test it.
Yes.
We didn't worry about testing and stuff. We want to make a check here. We're going to build something here, and if it's done, no So with all that kind of being built and stuff like that, where do you take the car? I mean, in a modification, because you are work racing, obviously you modify cars. Obviously, we're not going to. I almost got on. She's smiling. Alle secrets there. Alle secrets. We're not going to go there. But I mean, with your knowledge at that time, obviously it was a 600.
Yeah.
600. So a 600, we know Toyota, Honda 600 multi-valves. They don't really rev, but they don't really make a lot of.
Yeah.
So where did you find it in getting these engines to still rev and still a little bit of power? Not to take anything away.
No, okay, to put it to the show. The Honda were new talking about this. So you never seen this talk number.
Correct.
But what a lot of I think don't know about engines and what makes engines tick is that with the Honda versus other engines, you know, there was always the age-old debate. Yeah, the Honda's not big talk.
Yes.
It was an age-old thing. They come on the VW Opel Mana.
Because they got long strokes and stuff like that. Didn't have that.
Yes. Anyway, more studies and everything. I came to the conclusion, you know what? It's not the amount of talk it makes. Yeah. It's actually how long you keep the talk.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And the longer you can keep the talk up,
You don't need a lot of talk.
the longer you keep it up, it doesn't need to be high.
Yes, consistent.
It stays there, the kilowatts naturally go up.
Correct. Obviously, that's the thing that you learned on the stuff on your cars.
Yeah.
So, you build, when you, after before that, so when we were naughty, when we were on the road, what did you drive?
The dog.
Was it the dog?
Yeah.
Was it still 600?
So look, I heard it engine like the reboard. So it was a bit oversized.
Okay.
The capacity to it. And it's but
Also, but extreme we create compression. But back in the day, then also pump it to even as compression today, as I can skim it, I'm putting it.
yeah, that's not different.
Yeah.
The thresholds are very tight.
Yes.
From the factory.
Yeah.
So it gave us room to catch a ship.
Yes, 100%.
You can say.
Yes.
And, I think that we could learn because of that.
Yeah, and the thing is with that, when you were obviously noted, we're just going to say shukran to Abdul for obviously giving us the opportunity to stay from his place. So back in the day, you know, like I said, it's always the and now we're talking about, you know, on the road when we were naughty and stuff. The guys out there was always like the Opals, I was full of this, and I can remember there was a slant front was, I think his name was Float or something.
Yeah.
The Opal Mana, the Gerard Summers, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But they were the quick brusser.
Yeah.
Right? So they also get the guys that was kind of Cape Town stock car that also want to play and stuff like that. So in what category or what cars did you back in the day?
Yeah. Look, I think I came up with later than I heard of these guys Floats.
Yes.
I think they were maybe a generation ahead of me. Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we came a bit later. I was really racing on the streets about 2000 and around 2010 side, yeah.
Okay.
2010. The racing, us it were racing at the time, then it was the golf, more the golf. This is now when I was here, this is now when I started racing. When I go before that.
Yeah, no, before this, I would say before that.
So we were okay, we were more active. That time it was 34th Street.
Yes.
Used to race. Linker was big. Linker was for me, yeah. It was for me and my children, we loved that place. Lincoln Road, 31st Street, and it was Marine Drive.
Yes, remember that also.
So when the cops used to come, we used to go to the next school. I can't hear you.
I
We
mean,
used to rent out 2, 3 o'clock.
and this, but that time also it was much. I would say it was literally what we did and stuff like that. But I think it was safe. We were kind of safe at the morning. Not we is today. So it's actually still fun when you wanna catch on whatever you wanna do.
Yeah.
But that time it was quite safe.
Yeah. I think like Lincoln Road was very safe because see, not that it was controlled, but it was away from
Everything.
the public.
100%.
Away from highways.
Yes.
I think that made that a bit safer. But the cars today also factory cars, very fast.
Yes. 100%. I agree with you.
Yeah, very
I
fast.
mean, can we bought standard cars? Now, like obviously the Golf, even the Golf 4 was turbocharged. In the Golf 5, so the car came out much faster. I mean, they came out stock on like what's it, 147, 150
I think the 4 was 110 kilowatts.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the 5 was 1.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So I mean, the power to buy a new car. The quite part for me is that you still have it doggy. Yeah, it's an old car.
Yeah.
And there's 5 pulling on that. He was getting can't come on this type of that, but also no. You know.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
It's fun days, yeah. Now we used to race anything, everything. It wasn't a matter of you must win. Some guys had that mentality, but for us, it was, you know what, we want to show alcohol.
Away. Because you put the work in the cars, so you want to see whatever change you do in the cars. Like we didn't have the privilege to have the car tested on the track and stuff that we know okay, it has a XYZ on the track.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you do it on the street, you get sure you get about street cred. They might know who Boenie is, who is called.
Yeah.
You know, you can speak to you. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the street cred me back in the day was that as a point where we really didn't go out to do it in that sense to have that credit. But if you do go out and you kind of make a name and a statement for yourself, like a doc from, you know, they would get labeled back in the day. You know, I think it's still day to day as well. But that time it was more, was it nothing? We did nothing.
Yeah.
But to also put it in perspective is that was more of a, you know, we weren't there for the gloat. We weren't there for to be number one purely because we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna drive across people because we spend the car in the garage on our own. We don't get to pay and take the car on the car. We get to spend it ourselves.
Yeah.
But that's my point. So after the doc, what happened after the doctor retired?
Okay.
So what was after that?
Then after that I did EG, which was a 100 as a non-runner. And then this is where we did the cake. I did the first time.
Okay.
I need to put it in.
Okay.
So yeah, no problem. I leave the call. I came on holidays. Like I can't call again. And then I asked me, "What happened to everything together?" I didn't have the reading books.
Oh yeah, you teach
how engine works.
Oh yeah.
All the different components of a car. This is me at university. I'm studying at the time.
What do you say?
I'm studying for exam.
With the car book. So what did you study at the time?
I was doing BCom.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I didn't finish because car took over. Anyways, alhamdulillah. And then I did EG, built the engine. My first engine I ever built under his supervision. Well, mostly under his supervision, I would say completely. That engine lost me 1,000 kilometers. First one. When I say 1,000 kilometers, something like that.
Okay, it was abused.
Yeah. The minute I pulled it out, I want to see this thing was old.
Yeah.
Right. No, now I'm now studying it.
Okay.
The same engine in the dog.
Okay.
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 Now I'm back at home. I took self now. Now I'm thinking, what went wrong? Why did this thing go wrong? This step.
How you learn?
Right, okay, I see. Okay, cheering, right. Okay, well, pretty possible. Right, we are by my car, next one 10,000 kilometers lost.
So it's working now. It's working now. It's working.
And after that, I tick all the boxes.
Okay.
I understand ourselves.
So now when the dock engine is concerned for you, If anybody comes to you with a doc, they want to do whatever they want to do, they can go power like that. You know the blueprint.
I can almost say that I use that as my R&D to learn.
100%. And the cool part, you did it on your own. Yes, it obviously it's taxing on you because it's on your own, but it lasted longer, so there wasn't a lot of R&D that you had to pay at all the time, like 500 kilometers at break all the time. Yeah. So you had that, so it's really cool. So that was done now. Yeah.
So that car, now that car, I ended up selling it to some of mine. Now I open business. Let's say to like in that year, almost it was working. So you know how to email groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
The forums. There we go.
And forums and all.
There we go. The forums.
And right here some weekends and also to stick out the do something in the car like this.
But at that time you were both. Not yet. Okay.
I'm a mutual guy.
Oh, excuse me.
Anyways, and then we were group mate, and I used to tell those guys that we can make a coffee, come the weekend to me.
Oh, wait.
And then not long after that, I'll say a few months later, I think full of course, and they Saturday. This is not Saturday.
At your place now.
This is a hobby, mate.
Yes.
And all the guys come, we're gonna make your coffee fast, and stuff like that. So there's and then I thought afterwards, then I told my mom, we see there is some I carry what kan whatever. And I asked her, my dad is still alive at that time. And I told him, I think I must go to this full time.
Yes.
So she was sure. Every day for all his stuff. I said, yeah, look, I did give it some thought. I'm tired of picking up and putting a call every day.
Yes.
I said, I'm going to try it. And she's like, okay, that's what you want to do. You should like a minute. I must still pay you what I pay.
Yes.
And then, and I started 2009 October.
Okay. You started on the with work racing up.
Yeah.
So at that time, you had the CRS already? Not yet. So, like, the CRS.
Now I'm still with the dog. I put another dog body.
Okay.
I'm building now another dog engine. Fast now, body.
Okay. Everything.
Okay. Modify the heat myself. Got a lot of tips from at the time. I don't know, you obviously know Boenie.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
Yes.
No, he was
MC Van Guy. I'm going through that phase. He was like my ustad.
Yes.
You can't take it like today, like I'm chicken out.
Yeah, quite.
Very knowledgeable.
100%.
Very knowledgeable. And gave me the information. Like do this, do that.
Yes.
What I would try what. And then I was racing a dock initially.
Yes.
On the dock, Riyaad one. First time in Killarney, I went to that car. And that's where that story started.
Okay.
And then I'm done with the streets.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah. Because for the most part. But it's like I always say, we don't condone street racing and stuff like that. But I like to touch on the guys in the other generation that did it at the time. And it transitioning towards the track as well. And obviously you did the track with your cars, Santana, and obviously on international as well.
Yeah.
You built this, I know the CRX. What's the CRX?
No,
the other car. Okay, because one evening we were on the E2 where they were racing and stuff like that. And I was with Khatin that I slid to camp, and I went to him at home. And then they're going to that. Was like, anyway, we go to the cameras now. You have the groupies and stuff, and everybody's happening. And I see, I'm doing this whole vibe. And you, I say, we go to the bridge. Now we go to the bridge and something like party, a bunch of Fords, Sierras, and there's some other cars coming through. I'm like, I'm trying to see what I came down, but what caught my eye, I can't remember, you might remember it, was a red CRX, Riza. Here we go, it was him. That's the very name. And he came past that, and I leave. And then you see the patches of the Ford. That spoke in the afternoon, and that night I was like, that's a 4-cylinder car. Yeah. That is 6 cylinders in. That sound horrible. And I do the camera. I can't training. Back to the, and I'll go back towards the gear and stuff. I was doing stuff. Ek wil net weet wat is onder hy bonnet dat hy die V6 kan pak en because back in the day, my knowledge and my understanding was a V6 is faster than a 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
A V8 faster than a cylinder, and that's how we go on.
Yeah.
And where I found the most respectful was that this car ran away from the cylinder, which was amazing for me to see at the time because I didn't know what was in the bonnet.
Yeah.
I know there's a 4-cylinder. Yeah. I didn't know what else was in the car, but I ran away from the load. Yeah. And that's where I kind of like the CRS shape of things.
Yeah.
So the red, you have a red, it was the red one.
I did. My first one was the red one.
Okay. But I remember the blue one. I think it was blue at the time. I can't remember. It was a throttle. That was a good. That was a red one. Yeah. Because I saw that car for the first time at Saldana Drags.
Yeah.
And what was on the bonnet?
It was a prelude motor basically.
It was 2.2.
8 series. Yeah.
I came down.
It was so when I started, it was actually first my series.
Yeah.
It's around 2012. Which is street racing.
Yeah.
But street kind of.
You know, as I think you can build something like, but was always one like taking like the
and that's it is a one we do
the bonnet.
We also store
Yes.
and that was a fun year.
Yeah. Was it that car that you have the good in the 4A class?
It's a B20.
Yeah. Class.
The fastest in
Okay. Okay. And what was the speed? What was the speed?
It was 12. Yeah.
Okay.
Until 2016. And I took it to record again.
Okay. What
The H. That's the first time. We got to 17,
Okay.
16, in 2017, the Mahmoud was 35,
same car, same engine.
same car, same engine, exactly.
So yes, it was all work.
Titus bronze.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
That's way they go there.
Yes. So if you do the change with the time, do you time for people? I think that we didn't have it on the one who's not years and it's being available. You can see the just instantly off with the course by all that stuff on that. So that car was I don't know 2017. Is it like still there? Then you both then I was following this build of your CRTs with the old guys for me because when I really was cool at that time, that's the guy's name up in Germany that came with the GTR. And he did that crazy pause. I think it was the down the all the people.
Yeah.
The GTR stuff like that is a special GTR. I was here normal GTR. The closest that we got an outlet was I think it was 301.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. What?
He was behind it.
Yeah.
I think he went 298 too much. It's the closest.
Oh, it wasn't that in Joburg they did 298 on the ODI? Was it?
Anyway,
Okay, so yeah.
the gap was
No, it was. No, think now so that can get that time. I mean, that's a record.
Yeah, so the longest around 20, that was also 28.
Yeah, more around that. Yeah. So with your product, you now this I've been following the code, and this is why I was so excited about it, because all that and the other one that was built for one was Rudy. I mean, there was another blue golf that used to drive. Yeah, that one just disappeared. Yes, correct. And that one also quick, and that one disappeared, and then Rudy came up with his Megatron.
Yeah.
And that thing was insane and stuff. So obviously the expectation for you to build an all-wheel drive car, for me personally, I put like my Boenie moet not die brasse nou, because as all-wheel drive is a smaller car, but the engine had to insert in all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I followed the build, and it was really cool to see how it came together. And that is a K series engine.
Yeah.
So okay, was big cara. So what is this fuss about the K series all of a sudden now, where everybody's K the world? First of all, let's say the world, now it's K the world. What is the hype about this engine?
Yes. I think it's the bang for buck. I mean, you can buy the engine for still today 15 to 70,000.
No ways.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
15 to getting a complete motor, intake, everything on. So you can't beat that. I mean, what is a Jay-Z cost now?
Was part of that one.
You get what I mean?
No, 100%.
So and you can pull out almost the same amount of power with the stock internals as a 2J.
Inline or turbo?
I'm saying if you're gonna turbo.
If you're going
to turbo your
no ways.
Yes. I think it can take a more punch.
Liquor. And so it takes the part. What's so special about it? And obviously you get Mark to cut you. Is it if it's Sky series, what? Correct me if I'm wrong. 2.2, 2.4?
2.2 liter or 2.4.
Oh, there's not 2.2, so it's 2 liter or 2.4.
Yeah.
That's the K series. And out of the two engines, what is the better? Obviously 2.4 or
yeah, you can argue it both ways. Both have the pros and cons.
yeah.
The 2.4 you're not gonna be for capacity, obviously. The 2 liter when it came to turboing out with the 2 liter because you could take more revs. The 2.4
You can't rev
not
so
so
high.
rev
Yeah.
as a 10.
Can you make it like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is ways
Yeah.
to make it. But now your engine, obviously it wasn't a stock engine, it was obviously a running piston in the car.
Initially I was in a stock block
Okay.
originally.
If you say stock block, what do you mean by stock block?
When I say stock block, I mean the factory, like it came from Honda. It was in the Type R. I took it out of the Type R and I put it in my car.
Okay, got you.
And I was pushing 430 kilowatts on it
Wow.
on a stock sub.
Thanks, Brian.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think that's about in the same region as a I speak under correction.
Yeah, as a Jay-Z.
I don't know much
Yeah.
chases that go past 500 without changing a piston or a rod.
So the
I
one,
could be wrong.
yeah, no, I don't agree. So the one that I built as a stock piston, stock rod, and everything, this is a bigger turbo. We were pushing 410, and that was big turbo on, but that was with fuel, everything,
Yeah.
A mix at 1.2 watt.
Yeah, I was also on a 50-50 E50. I was on 1.4 bar.
Okay,
Like you
so
said,
that's more than
but okay, but the
yeah.
headwork is now will determine what you're
The
gonna
flow,
put in or
the
take
flow,
out.
the flow.
But as far as what the sub can take,
Yeah.
it can take that amount of power.
So-
So where do the guys change their rods and pistons on the Jay-Z? When they exceed what numbers?
About, I think
500.
I presume.
I would assume that.
Yeah.
I speak under
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know what to say.
430, 444.
It's on a stock block. That's on exactly.
Factory block.
And when you had that amount of power, did you? Hoe sê dat? Het jy hom geslaan? Het jy hom seer gemaak? Hard gery?
Yes, I raced it on Saldana a couple of times.
Okay.
I did about 3 or 4 events with it, and then I dropped the valve.
Okay.
Hurt the piston, took the piston out, put the other piston in, went to the dyno. Was like smoking a little bit too much. So I said, fuck off, this is the thing. Because I had the rosin piston.
Okay.
I
Okay.
the pass on the side.
Right.
Because I knew where I was going.
Yes. So with all that now, and like, okay, now so with that engine, what speed? What was the speed? And was it all-wheel drive when you did the Saldana, or because
No.
apparently I saw the beef between the front-wheel drive and the front-wheel drive, right? So when the all-wheel drive coming, I think it was Royston.
Yeah.
You had that thing, a call-up.
Yeah.
So
So the front wheel drive, looks Saldana, I wanted to. It was between me and Royston chasing the 272.
that was the record. Whose record was that?
That was a record that was set also around 2017, I think, by a call from Johannesburg.
Oh, that what was it called? Something tick.
Joburg Autotech.
There we go.
that I sit there now. We both after the record. Yeah, and me and you just racing. So it's like, man.
Oh, wait, it's fun because you guys basically are on the same level as power and stuff.
Yes.
And obviously speed and stuff. So I think you was 161 around there. You were as well.
260. We're around 260s. We're both in and around. Okay, when I came, he was already maybe had a couple of seasons ahead of me.
Yes.
He was
And it's obviously this is a new boat for you as well.
Yeah, I'm still coming. And then my first event there, they was also sitting in my array. I'm like, and it was liquor. I couldn't finish the 800 because the car was a bit too loose.
Okay.
The next time came, and then one of us had issues. So always he had an issue. Or, yeah, we just never ended up racing again.
Okay.
But we both were after the same thing.
Yeah, and I think he beat that.
He got that,
on the last one, and it was apparently was against a strong headwind as well.
Yeah.
We got the thing. So I think
he managed to put his car right where he wanted it now.
Yes.
And I think he's gonna go he'll probably go a bit faster than what he did on that day.
Yeah, but I mean conditions wise as well, because it's never that windy at Saldanha, but it was extremely windy and it was headwind and
he did it through that.
And Riyaad Isaacs sink nie van vas.
Yeah.
And he always, but I mean, like, I always tell him, it's I don't know the car was straight away. The guns weg, the guns weg. But for me too, for you guys, you know, being a golf or whatever brand it is, you guys out there, it's the camaraderie that I still feel is lacking a lot in this day and age, because the guys think that they drive a certain brand that's better than you, irrespective of what it is, because it's just how they are, man.
Yeah.
And the banter becomes a bit of a quad track session. And for me, it's like, even if I stand at Saldanha and I see, and even when Jason does the call outs with you guys, you guys are like, Gal Royce and he must come. I say, I stick when I can see bang for me. I've got this, and you can just tell me, I'll take 2 plug wires out and you can still come. Stuff like that. It's banter, and for me, it's such a honor to be part of it. And because you guys are so respected in the scene as well as guys that build cars and race cars as well, man.
Yeah.
For me, that was really awesome. So, and obviously, Kilani, your best time with the CRX was, I think, you were the blue car, yeah, was it?
Yeah, I went to one event, I did 2 runs, and 2 10s.
2 10s on the car.
One was actually a red light. I didn't figure for me.
He liked to dish it out. He liked to dish it out.
Yeah, so the goal was to go 10 so the car is a drove to the track.
Yeah.
In the strip.
And it's like to drive the car to the track and do whatever you want to do and drive home again.
Yeah. That was the goal. It was my initial goal. Just to drive the car, do it 10 and drive home. I actually was planning to go to BBC, here I can go to Seapoint like now.
Look at Zay with the number on the car.
But anyways, it was late. I had to take my wife something.
That's why you left early.
Yeah.
So that car came to an end. I don't think that car or yourself, the true potential of that vehicle was shown,
was it realized?
or you wasn't on your books where you wanted to be. But I mean, the era came sooner. What's in the pipeline? And I mean, I'm sure everybody wants to know what's in the pipeline is now, obviously, because it wasn't overdrive. So, did you when you sold the car as is with the engine and everything, or
I ported it out.
I
considered selling it as a complete unit.
Yes.
But then I had some investment opportunity, and I thought, time was it because away.
Yes.
Then I made just a feeler.
Yes.
And I got a good response. And
Okay,
let's go.
Okay, so the car was bought, but basically ported out, as you said, the body was here, the engine and all the other stuff went on that other way. Okay, cool. So so obviously the engine is not there anymore.
The engine is still there.
Okay, so which means
the most part of the engine is still there.
Most parts of it. Okay. So in that essence, there is something
lurking.
You said it.
Yeah, but I'm not in a hurry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll probably look throughout the few years that I've been racing now. I'll build my first build, accomplish what I want to.
Yeah.
I set out to.
Yes.
And then take a break, plan the next thing. So I am planning something. It's just not conclusive because I'm like, must I do this?
Yes.
So yeah, I think time will tell me.
No, 100%. And it's also that we've this. Everybody must remember also that what we do in the drag racing scene is also just a sport.
Yeah.
We don't generate funds from it. We don't get paid for it. We don't have big sponsors like in America where the guys go out and they drive the cars and they get paid to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Here we are a business owner, or a small business owner that fixes cars and do whatever we must do to put our family first, and then as I each orders, then we can build us something to play around with.
Exactly that.
And but I also think that as a businessman and in the industry that you are in, is that if you build cars and you build customers' cars and they do good and stuff like that, the perception was always asked like, "Nou, wat trek Boenie? Hy bou 'n kar, waar sy kar? Hoekom is sy kar nie?" And I always think it's very important to have a flagship as a business owner, to have a vehicle that can produce and that is good for customers. You don't have to be the extreme fast, because you'll never be the fastest in this game. Just to something to represent you, what you build and what you can build, and something that is out there where people can aspire towards. Like for me, you build the CRX and stuff, which I still fucking love, is to this guys out there, and but also wants to, might not be a CRX, but must be a Honda, but also want to spend money on the engines to be quicker for their brother, or for whatever reason it might be, or build an engine. And I mean, in the scene as well, is that the mechanics, the guys working, and this goes with full respect to each and everybody out there, is that most of them actually don't have the time to build the engines where somebody else built their engines for them. And I don't have an issue with it. I don't have clearly an issue, because there's only one way to build an engine. And we put it together. There's next thing so good to see as but also what it comes is the knowledge of that goes around the engine, and a little bit of heat work in cams and dialing and tuning as well. So do you do the tuning as well, or how does it work?
I got we have a couple of tuners that we use, that I use, like Herman, Neil,
That's Mischief, Zaire,
Z-Line, this Dwayne also in Ipping.
Yes.
So
he's under the Danielson name, eh?
Mice,
Yes, correct.
So these guys are they're well versed in what they do.
100%.
They make my life easy.
100%.
I do my thing.
Yes.
And then I go to the depot, setting up. The only other cars that I do tune is the cars that are using on data.
Data logs.
On
data.
Yeah, it's a type of software.
Yes, correct.
Specific.
Yeah.
So them I've been tuning for the last 6-7 years.
Okay.
But otherwise, I like what my guys do for me, what they can do for me.
It makes your life easy, man. All you have to concentrate on is building a engine. Make sure it starts up. As fully present, if it gaat aan, why? Right? Send for time and stuff like that. And for me, it takes a lot of at the time, a lot of years ago, is when you build something, and I was always hands-on when the car go to the dyno. But we said, het net 'n bietjie swak geraak, man. As it daar staan. So what I do exactly was like, hey, what am I booking? Okay, I'm going to bring the car now. Uber, fuck me somewhere. Take the phone with the car class, né? Because I couldn't take it anymore. As a builder, as someone that someone that looked after the car, they fix the car, make sure everything is alright in the car. To stand there having the car tuned,
it can be nerve-wracking.
Because
so I already go there and I tell myself, you know what, if shit go wrong, go. And you prepare yourself for the worst.
Yes.
Because you can do all your dotting your I's, crossing your T's. You don't have the last say.
No. Like and 9 out of 10 times, it's not even the tuner's fault when stuff go wrong and stuff. It's just one of those things. And a lot of people don't understand that. They say, I tune the car. It's if you bring a car first of all to a tuner where he needs to work on the car and not tune the car, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. But I mean, I've been going to using Isaac of Dynatech for years now, and yes, if as net drop for me, if I see Isaac, my bro Isaac is not goeie news op beter. As klaar kwaad. Because no hassle. So that is the thing that we had the amateur with the car goes for tuning like my bro gaan ek is nie meer gewaarig nou nie. Wat gebeur. I'm not sort of invested. I am still invested in the car, but to tuning when it comes to tuning is like nice, like whatever gebeur, you know. And then, you know, but that thing is so with all the racing and stuff that you've been doing, Riyaad, and obviously selling your car that you've been doing the racing and stuff like that. So with the next chapter that's out there, not to give anything away or anything, but would it be again something obviously in the Honda family? And the K series.
Yes, definitely. There's two ways about that.
So there's
nothing more that Honda has really offered us other than the K series. There's a J series option, which is the V6. And you know the V6 was now the craze.
Apparently, what's the other one? The 1A or 2A or what's it called? GR. The one GR V6.
Yeah.
Apparently, this thing makes 240 stock.
Something like that.
That's crazy.
So the V6 craze is hitting off around the country.
Even with the Golf, there was the R32s.
Yes, they're hitting off big. So Honda just they basically offering us. We only got offered as far as the K series and the V6.
Yeah.
And after that, Honda was now obviously with the turbo with their vehicles.
Yeah.
Not very big, not much explored yet. But there's a lot in the case still for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean the guys
are still new, basically new.
in Europe, but
Yes.
So the guys in the States are making like massive numbers.
Yes.
I think we're gonna start seeing it soon in Cape Town.
I don't say massive numbers. I say low numbers.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, horsepower. And there's a lot for us to explore still with the K series is concerned.
And as the K series, like you know, how do you change? How do you decide? Look, we are, and I think it's also what you want out of your car. Because if you do an engine swap and stuff, and how easy is it to do these engine swaps in your
Civics,
in the Civic or whatever the other Honda?
Yeah, look, I think it became very easy. It was expensive exercise.
Okay.
It was first expensive exercise, but now with all the Chinese replicas of parts, they made it much more affordable.
Okay. And those, if you say Chinese, what how reliable are they?
They actually work.
No problem.
They work as well.
Okay.
As a new year, it's not like yours phone call. It's gonna be a right guy, man.
I remember when we were actually leaving for Joburg in 2 days time, and then I broke a turbo. The turbo broke, and then I couldn't get a turbo. I didn't want to retune the car completely. I just want to do touch base on some certain parameters of the vehicle to make it smooth and the car safe.
Yeah.
I couldn't get, and then I found one that was the turbo, the tiny turbo, and it was like what the guy told me. We took it to. I think you would be. Because some turbos used to be in Black Film. It's like used to doing it. They always fix the turbos. It's a very good guy, very knowledgeable. Anyways, he tells me, "This is what I have. This is what I can get for him." And I get 2 turbos. I mean, look here, you can put this turbo just on. There is a 5% difference between this turbo and that turbo. So I told him, "Can I start the car? Can I drive it till?" And I have a tune it. I mean, no problem. And I put it in my car. Apparently, it was a bullet wheel turbo. Put it on, take it the next following day, took it to Isaac, tune it, car made. What was it? It was RBI car made. I think just over 300 kilowatt.
Wow.
And we were happy with a 0.8 bar. And we were happy with it. And then went to Joburg and did our thing. Then the vacuum hose, the way from the wastegate, broke in the car, overboosted and didn't see. And then we had an alternator issue. Because of the rod came through the block. But Chinese turbo worked. It worked.
Yeah.
There was no issues with it. So that's why I'm asking, you know, in different stuff, people want to go like the, what's that favorite, the Honda, the full pistons.
Yeah.
You know, it must be a full piston. It must be this. But like you see now, the aftermarket stuff from Minnesota, it works perfect.
Yeah. So the Chinese quality, I think, over the years became as good as the original.
The knockoff is really good.
Yeah,
it's a really good knockoff.
Do the job for you.
Yeah. So with that, so
the swaps are not that difficult.
Is it?
Yeah, it's straightforward. Like you go buy a mounting kit. If you go buy a mounted box by mics, you basically put a mounting kit on and throw the engine in.
No ways.
Yeah.
So if I got in like a V like a Civic.
Yeah.
And I want to put in it's
that simple.
It's that simple. So if I have a Civic, a Pollard.
So EG, older EG, even the dog shape, even the Sherricks, you go buy a mount kit, you buy your setup mics, you throw it in as hanging. And you must just work out the shafts.
Yes.
Get the throttle working and your management on that.
No way.
Obviously, it's cost now your branch.
No, I do that. You still have to have the money and stuff. Yeah. But it's not an issue where it's like, my brother,
Nothing of that. Nothing of that. Everything is off the shelf. Plug it on.
That's amazing. And that is why there are so many K swaps at the moment.
That's actually what made it popular, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's because of that.
So we spoke about the V6 now, and I'm gonna push my one time because there's a rumor, and I don't listen to rumors. But as in a car, these guys with these R 6-cylinder cars is doing turbocharged times. Cars, it's like 10 seconds. I think over the weekend we had a front wheel drive challenge out in Dizzy.
Yeah.
There was one that did a 992 or 99
I
something.
think
997.
two of them went 995 and 992 something.
Yes,
like that.
that's crazy how fast these guys are.
Yeah.
So, is this engines really that quick, or is this the good tuner?
A combination of them, but I think that obviously it's a complete package.
Yes.
So these guys are using the engines, they're tuning it towards max, not this. Yeah, they tune it to the max. In terms of
Fuel and
fuel types,
and injector
especially.
size as well.
Injector sizes. They I believe the fast two guys they're running dog boxes as well.
Okay.
And then obviously if you're using a Mark 1, you can get that thing liquor light.
Okay. And most of them is in Mark 1s.
Yeah, you're gonna do times with it.
I mean, because I look at, what's the other gentleman's name with the SR2 in the Gulf? Saud Basa.
Good, yeah.
I mean, that thing is flying as well. I mean, I think he's on 18.4, 18.
Yeah.
And that is
But low tens, yeah.
yes. You know, for NA, and then you get this 32 guys, and they're like, okay, we 10 flat, we 10 1, and like,
Quick.
we did that.
Out of the blue.
Yes, and it's crazy how this engine just popped up into a car and boom, times.
Yeah.
But it moves here, it sound like
Yeah.
damn, it sound like
Nice.
yeah, that's it. So it's really interesting. I mean, in the drag scene is also growing a lot in a sense of this. It's full. You can see the competitors is
The numbers.
the numbers are there to support and try. And obviously over the weekend, and you could give me some little bit because I think I word on it. I don't know what it is. Zurich tested this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there, but my brother doesn't sound so move it. They were so a sound, dan nog 'n sound, en dan nog 'n sound. Almost they make music man. But
Orchestra.
it's an awesome sounding machine that's in there at the moment.
Yeah, I saw the videos. I was at the dad's place not too long ago when they were I think that not the race engine was it in, there was an engine in.
Yeah.
There was a turbo. The turbo was like
Apparently he's turbocharged now, apparently.
now.
Not NA.
Not anymore.
Yes.
What the last word I got was that the car's making very big numbers. They own a hub dyno, so they tune it.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
really cool.
supposed to say that, but
No, we don't. No, but for me, it's also that
that's a car to watch out for. I think that's
I agree.
they're going to be top contenders definitely in Cape Town.
Yeah.
As for front wheel drive, me and Macho is discussing this. I don't know if those guys. The car will probably be capable of going sevens, but we don't know if it will do it on Cape Town's track.
Okay.
Cape Town's track is not like a prep like tall.
No, because there you can take off and you don't have to throw out the parachute because the distance is quite long. I mean,
a prep is also like right
all through. And I mean, on this, what's this event called in December? Street Fest. We were actually, I was in the middle of the track, and the Grandmaster was playing, and I was standing on the track, and we were looking at the cars and stuff. And then the Jack Russell came past us, and we are, I think it was like a 50 meters or 100 meters. You can literally hear this, but tap off before the line to stop down. And then I asked the guys, what's happening? Why is it not full taps over the phone? Because the stopping distance, I mean, we all know kilometers, that's the issue. That's why the guys are tapping up, because they need to stop there at the bottom. Even if you have two parachutes on, you still have to brake hard to get there. Imagine they drive to full potential and have a proper days, like Carlton as they, to get the full potential out of your vehicle.
Yeah,
7 year already.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't, Carlton had an event this weekend past. And I see Ralphie did a 7.7 as well.
Also,
with his monster. Apparently they're supercharged now.
Yeah.
So it sounded awesome. Yeah. So I mean, Cape Town boys, we have to travel to Tarleton
to do our thing.
To do our thing. I mean, there's a lot of guys that do go up in them when they actually when there's Tarleton events, and I think it's also more for the track and time as well, because that is wide and it's cool to go down there as well.
Yeah.
So
I think I remember a couple of years ago. Maybe it been before COVID or just after. They were talking about extending the track.
Yeah.
And I remember was it JP Smith was involved with it.
Yeah.
They were going to extend the stopping distance.
Okay, no, I don't know about this, but
there was a lot of talk about it, a lot of anyways, I thought it just didn't materialize and just
we all know also that we also know that it's not a purpose-built track. I mean, we a drag strip as well. So it's a full circuit, and we accommodate was given like a space where we actually can do drag races. I mean, the times that we do for the inner guys and turbo cars, it's still times. It's still something we can be proud of, and and actually do it as well. Hier van my mic sommer op moet as tyd om te gaan dink ek. Yeah, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much to CPI for making this evening's show possible. Really, really awesome. CPI Innovation Cape Town, and obviously our guest Riyaad Isaacs, aka Boenie. If you as a Boenie ken, blij in die Kaap, you can do Boenie ken. We had a like a chat, but obviously we'll definitely take this. I forgot to do this, Boenie. I just wanted to check this thing out for you. There we go. That one. There we go. That's a little intro, ladies and gentlemen. Just have a look at this one. This wasn't at Saldanha Track. You remember that race?
Yeah.
Remember the times?
Yeah.
And speeds?
Yo, it was the first time I took the cars in the 4-wheel drive format to a track.
Yes.
And we are good. I tried it in a row, but you paranoid.
Yes, yeah.
Oh
wait.
But it's the first time it was amazing to feel
the car go.
Yeah, like to pull the clutch, kind of like.
In the G40
yeah.
But also it's built by you. Tuned by obviously with whatever your tune was, but 99% of the stuff that's done to the car was you on the car.
Yeah, a lot of hands, a lot of people assisted.
Obviously, you have your crew, your team. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of hands made it work. It was my idea, maybe. I can say.
No, 100%. It must come from an idea.
Yeah.
To make it basically work for you as well.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Like, look, Boenie, we came to our time. We okay. I get to talk on Easter. Talk on the live.
No problem.
So yeah, today we're gonna marinate on this episode. Super for making the time coming through. It's really awesome to hear the stories of back in the day where it all started. I don't think a lot of people know that about you. They all know you about your car. They don't know Riyaad, aka Boenie, as that guy wat to be vastly geweest and the book geleerd op kar geleerd. But we all start somewhere, and it's really cool to understand the story, understand the lifestyle, where it started, and where you are now. Work Racing, that is your company. I only heard good news from the people that is under the stable of Work Racing. People always say talk good stuff about you. It's really cool. Hulle kan nie sleg praat van
by them lunch.
Oh yeah. As like a cool lunch, yeah, I can lunch. But I mean, shukran for your time, Boenie. I want to take this opportunity, and obviously I want to extend it to anybody out there. You feel free, the guys back in the day that you think will be a cool guest to get on the show to talk about the yesteryear racing, and as well as where they are today, because most of the guys came from the road and back to the track as well. And we try to obviously tell them the stories of back in the day, and the road stories, and the fun times that we had back in the day. Look, I was also on the stage, but ek het 'n baie stadige kar gehad, but vir my was dit baie vinnig geweest. But it's all about the experience, all about the lifestyle, all about the creativity that you generate through the years, being and doing what you do. And Riyaad is one of those guys out there as well. We had Rudy, we had Tola. We all came from that era of motorsport racing. We and all of them are guys that race and work on their own vehicles and make it work for them as well. Vinnig karre. And that's really cool to understand the stories behind the whole Riyaad Isaac and who he is and what he does. And all these guys doesn't have this massive workshops and stuff like that. We're humble guys. They humble guys. They work from a little garage at home. I've got all the tools, got everything needed for you. So obviously with bigger places come bigger OVs, and with bigger OVs become more money, then gaat ons stress.
Stress, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like Riyaad, I know disrespect when I say that you have an awesome business going for yourself many years already. You work out of a garage, from home or wherever the case may be, and you're doing well. I mean, you still are operating, there's other businesses that's not there anymore today for operating as well. So clearly you're doing something really good, and I want to wish you all the thing of the best for your future. And hopefully we get to see something special coming out of the stable very soon. Not too soon, but soon, so that everybody can understand. Also, it takes time to
Yeah.
build, and there's a dream, but we need to paint the picture. We need to get Picasso ready to paint that picture for us, and obviously put everything in. And it costs money to actually do what we want to do as well, because we are not alone. We don't live by mommy and daddy anymore. We have our own lives. We have a wife. We have children, and then we have all the other stress that you got my phone yesterday. And the other stuff that goes with it as well. But Boenie, Mark, I want to say shukran for the opportunity to come through to have a chat. Got to understand a bit more about the Honda. Not everything was said, but I could understand about why everybody's so crazy about it. And there's a whole big hype about it, and the internet helps a lot when it comes to the K series. So that's really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode was brought to you by CPI Innovation Cape Town. So shukran to them for the opportunity to come on board on Racing and Change and More Than Just Motoring to sponsor this evening show. Really, really appreciate it. Tonight we're going to take it. Tomorrow night we're going to take a little bit of not a break. We're going to chat about the event pass, the winners and losers of this weekend's past event. And it's also something really special that Racing for Change is doing to add another category within the sport, within the Racing for Change Championship. And I think it's really, really cool. So it will be, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Abdul will be here with us tomorrow night, and he will explain to you everything what's happening. So I'm trying to set it up tomorrow night to be there where we can actually showcase this particular vehicle or toy or surprise that we want to show you guys, that we want to do, and show where we can actually build more of these stuff and create a champion within the series for these type of vehicles. But I'm not going to blah on too much. But thank you very much for tuning in, Riyaad. Shukran very much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Work Racing Riyaad Isaacs is out there in Crossy Park if you want anything Honda Copper. So yeah, I see your brand. From me and my dad, I want to say shukran to each and everyone. Please remember to like and follow our page and watch out for the content. For more content, we have some big news, as I told you earlier on. We're just making everything, arranging everything together so that we can broadcast the full series of Jason Webb in Formula Drift Prospect, starting on the 7th of May in America. His first race is in Atlanta. He's not driving the first round at Long Beach, but I think it's the second round in Atlanta. There's 4 rounds in Prospect and there's 6 rounds in Pro. So he will only do 4 rounds, and hopefully we wish him everything of the best, and hopefully he can take on to the number 1 spot and hopefully get some sponsors. I'd love to see him in Pro up against the guys as James Dean and Asbel, Connor, Jack, and all the other big names. He did drive with James once. I think it was 2020 in Cape Town when James Dean was in Cape Town. They had a little bit argy-bargy. They're touching each other, rearranging each other's backlight or something like that. So that was fun to see. But we wish him everything with the best at upcoming. And the more, I think from next week we are at Mischief on Wednesday. And next week we'll have some interesting episode as well. Just need to confirm that as well. But next week, the 8th, we'll be at Mischief Motorsport. Our very first one for after the fast as well. So from me, Anwar Daniels, I'm going to say thank you, shukran to Riyaad Isaacs, aka Boenie. Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen.